which means I entrust myself to Amida Buddha, the Buddha of limitless light. To anyone who's new, I suggest you check out one of my introductory videos. So, day 14. Oh my. Today was really hard. I had a PTSD trigger in the late morning. Of just a god-awful meeting in the afternoon. God-awful. I won't say Buddha-awful, but it looks like my best friend of many years, that friendship is ending. Just in a very messy, unfun way. So it's been quite the day, and I've been doing some nimbutsu and doing some reflecting on the teachings, and there's nothing like suffering to awaken the aspiration for Buddhahood. Which mama. It's not just, oh, I entrust myself to Amida Buddha. It's like, Amida Buddha, get me out of here now. And there were moments where I was able to be with the pain and suffering, and there were moments where I was just like, oh my God, I'm dying. Oh my God, kill me now. I say God a lot. I've been a theist for a while. This is very new to me to let go of that, but there's still some of that languaging. It was also a really humbling day. There was someone here who posted some comments and asked some questions, and then I said, well, why don't he asked a broad question about doubts. I was like, well, why don't you share some of your doubts? Not that I felt that I could help this person find Shinjin, but I hoped that I could help them along on their path. And, it's just not appropriate for me to do that, to try and address someone's doubts when I'm still addressing some of my doubts. So that was really humbling. And so, yeah, today's it's a really humbling day, painful day, challenging day. The thing is, in this, I'm kind of having this feeling today of being defeated, but not crushed. It's not like I haven't turned to addictive behaviors and I haven't given up on this Jodo Shinshu path. Definitely feel like, flat on the floor, like I've been laid flat on the floor. But there's this other way that Amida and these teachings are sort of carrying me through it, of like, well, this is samsara, and any negative things I experience are my karma, and on accepting my spiritual defeat, that meaning by defeat meaning that I can't achieve Buddhahood on my own. It just helps me be humble, and then being humbled isn't as devastating as it might be without some of these ideas. So let's see if there's anything I want to read that really grabbed me today. Well, what really spoke to me today from what I read, I'm just not able, my mind's a little fuzzy. I've really suffered and struggled a lot today. So I'll just read this of Shinrin's. The fundamental intent for which the Buddha appeared in the world was to reveal the truth and reality of the primal vow. He taught that to encounter or behold a Buddha is as rare as the blossoming of the Undumbara. The Undumbara apparently is a flower that gives off fruit, but very rarely gives off a flower. Um, um, so what I've really been sitting with actually the last couple days is my old paradigm. And for me, it wasn't a Buddhist paradigm because I'm new to focusing on Buddhism. I've certainly looked at it over the years. But this paradigm of gradual growth, and that, I was a big fan of Byron Katie. I was convinced she was like fully enlightened, and since I've really, even before really diving deeply into Shin, but it's been starting to come to me recently that there isn't a fully enlightened being on the planet, that they all still have some of their stuff. And so with that was this idea that, well, if I just work, I can become like them and and achieve full enlightenment. And so that's currently deconstructing in my mind, and or being deconstructed. So that's where I'm at. Is I don't really think there's a single fully enlightened being on the planet. And the thing is can someone who's a half or a quarter or a tenth enlightened really lead me beyond suffering? And today it came to me that no, that I don't think there's any living teacher that can that is fully enlightened, hence can lead me to full enlightenment. And without a teacher, it's like asking the criminal to turn themselves in, because it's the ego running the spiritual program, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to enlighten myself, and here's my plan to do it. While the intention is good, Buddhahood, who's coming up with the plan? It may very well be the ego. So that's my video diary for the day, and I'm humbled, and it's uncomfortable, and it's good. Thank you so much for dropping by. Namo Amida Butsu.